Hello, I'm Ana de Villas-Singson. Ako po ho ang National Communications and Media Director ng PPCRV. Ako rin ho ang head ng Voters Education. And as part of Voters Education, I'm introducing you to Tibok Pinoy. Ano ba ho ang Tibok Pinoy? Ang Tibok Pinoy ay isang values formation or values development program. Ang amin adhikain at ang aming prayer dito sa program na ito ay makapaghubog at makapagbuo ng huwarang modelong Pilipino. Pero ano ba ang huwarang modelong Pilipino? So kami ay nagsalisik, nationwide research ho ito at nalaman namin na galing sa mga mamamayan ang mga katangian na dapat taglay ng isang huwarang modelong Pilipino ay ang mga sumusunod. Una, siya ay dapat makadiyos, siya ay dapat matapat, siya ay dapat magalang, matulungin, masipag at makabayan. But maliban sa magiging huwarang Pilipino, importante rin, especially sa mga panahong ngayon na punong-puno tayo ng social media, important rin na maging model or huwarang social digital citizen, social media or digital citizen. Bakit ko sinasabi to? Bakit importanteng maging huwarang social media citizen? Dahil ngayon, lalo na sa mga bata, katulad ninyo na nakikinig ngayon sa high school, no? Ang dami na nasa social media. At ang dami na rin dumadaan sa social media na hindi natin alam kung tama ba or mali. Peligroso ba or hindi. So you have to be careful so that you use social media properly. Kasi ang dami ng impormasyon at marami ng parte ng buhay natin dumadaan sa social media, di ba? So kailangan pagtutulan ng pansin para matuto tayong paano ba gamitin ng mabuti ang social media. Saan ba ano ba ang kalawakan ng ating freedom of speech? Especially pag tinitingnan sa freedom of speech at freedom of expression naman ng iba. Tapos saan ba nag-umpisa at saan ba at saan nag-end ang life as depicted in social media? Do you live it to social media or do you live your life in another way? So these are just things we're asking. Dapat sa social media maging mapanuri. And I'm very proud to have with us a very young, a very dynamic, but very, very good resource person. You'll be listening to him very soon. He's a PPCRV volunteer of almost 13 years already, and his name is James Wong. James Wong is a senior solutions consultant with Novare MDI. That's one of the biggest solutions provider in the digital world. Siguro hindi nyo sila kilala kasi ang digital world medyo virtual, di ba? But they probably touch your lives in many ways. Yung ringtone lang ninyo, sila ang pinakaunang nag-introduce ng ringtone, di ba? And they give so many other social media apps and social media solutions that impact your life in ways that you don't know how. So James works there. But even before that, James was a social communications. You were in social communications for PPCRV in your parish in Antipolo. Is that right, James?
Yeah, in the Diocese of Antipolo.
Yeah, so we're very excited to have someone very young so he can speak the lingo of the young because mga bata naman ang talaga nasa social media, di ba? And not only that, he has a technical background to speak about it with authority. And not only that, he's also one of us in PPCRV. So we're going to be hearing from James very soon. Stay tuned and see you back soon.
Sa pagpili ng liderato, laging tatandaan, dapat nasa kanya lahat ng katangian na maka-Pilipinas, maka-Pilipinas, na maka-Pilipinas, iboto ang maka-Pilipinas, na maka-Pilipinas. Yeah, malinaw ang pananaw sa makabagong bukas, makatwiran at patas pakisama, at higit sa lahat maka-Diyos siya dapat. Sa pagpili ng liderato, laging tatandaan, dapat nasa kanya lahat ng katangian na maka-Pilipinas, 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 iboto ang maka-Pilipinas, maka-Pilipinas.
Hello, hello. Here we are back again. And this podcast is all about being the model social netizen. Tama ba yun? The model social citizen. Yung huwarang digital social media citizen. Now, James, as I told you, James is a senior solutions provider with MDI Novare, and he's also a 13-year volunteer of PPCRV. He used to be the social communications head, youth head in Antipolo. So he's really in a good position to speak about this because that's his livelihood, okay, and his past advocacy. So James, social media, why is it important to be a good netizen? A good model netizen. I mean, I understand why it's good to be a good Filipino, a model Filipino, but why do you have to be a model netizen?
Well, first and foremost, on the context of us being Christians, being Catholics, we treat social media as a blessing from God. Malinaw po yan sa unang paragraphs ng Inter Mirifica. It's the document of the Church, no Second Vatican Council, which tells us na lahat ng uri ng technology, mass media ay dapat ituring na biyaya ng Diyos. And since this is a blessing from God, this is something that we have to use only for the good. No?
Only for the good.
Yes.
Importante yan. Okay.
So if we have that disposition, no, and if we have this grounding, no, napakaganda nga po nun kasi I believe parents would constantly tell us, no, don't talk to strangers. And yet the social media
they're all strangers.
They're all strangers.
That's
and
true.
Of course, while it opened the doors of us connecting with other people beyond our immediate circle, at the end of the day, what we have to think and always be mindful of is that this is a blessing from God, and this is only something that I can use for good. And I guess, kung lahat ng gagaling dun sa disposition na yon, the social media world will not just be a happy world, but a safe world for all of us using the technology. Yeah.
You know, I'm glad you pointed out because everybody says like it's a very good tool. Actually, it's very good. It's even being used in school, di ba? Social media is being used in school. In fact, during the pandemic, if there had been no social media, if there had been no internet, everything would have ground into a standstill. We're not going to be able to see anybody because sa Zoom lang tayo nagkikita, di ba? So society went on because of social media, and then education went on because of social media. Nag-online classes tayo. But as with everything, anything is what I would call two-toned, two-faced. Anything has a good part, and everything can be used to do other things that are harmful. And that's what we're trying to look at now.
Yes.
Bakit kailangan maging mapanuri? And I think you explained that very well because suddenly you're opening yourself up to strangers, which you were told never to do when you're young. Okay, so how do we safeguard ourselves in the social media world, in the internet?
Yeah, how do we safeguard? Number one, we have to be clear with our disposition. So as I've mentioned a while ago, ito ay para sa mabuting bagay. So that is actually the ultimate start of all of it.
Okay.
Once we have that, we will now build our guards. Not to build walls, but build our guards na, of course, we have to protect ourselves as individuals. We have to limit, of course, we have to limit, not to the point that we give everything in the social media world.
Like what should we not give?
Of course, one tip that I actually learned, especially in cybersecurity, is that you never post your family pictures online.
Oh my goodness, I do that sometimes. Okay, I should stop. Okay.
Yeah, of course, we don't know this vast world of social media. And sabi niyo nga po kanina, while of course it is meant for good, hindi natin talagang lubos masisiguro na walang may masamang loob dyan. And posting those group pictures might attract other with ill-minded, no, with ill intention to okay, I will interact with this, kapatid niya pala si ganito, katrabaho niya pala si ganito, kaklase niya pala ito. So of course, those ill-minded people will exhaust, no, I will use the word exhaust, will exhaust their capability in order to interact and use that interaction for intentions which should not be.
Intentions which should not be.
Yes.
Okay, I think you should remember that kayo ng mga palagi na sa social media. Intentions which should not, because marami ho talagang ganon. So, number one, do not post family pictures. What are the other things? Di ba birthday, dapat hindi mo rin sinishare?
Yes.
But nandun yan sa Facebook, di ba nakasulat birthday, tapos everybody greets you on your birthday.
Yeah.
What can happen ba if they know your birthday and the whole year?
We have to admit, we have to admit that based on the survey done on what are the usual PIN codes, what are the usual passwords.
Kasi usually birthday.
Birthday ang ginagamit natin, especially for ATM. Yung ginagamit nating PIN, it's our complete birthday.
So kayo, lesson yan, do not make your birthday or anniversary or confirmation or wedding or baptism, ano pa ba. Do not make any special occasion your PIN code. Kasi madaling mahanap yun di ba?
Yes.
So be safe. Use something totally different, di ba?
Some people would tell us, wala naman yung taon dun sa pinost kong birthday sa Facebook. But of course, because of the trend of your posts, especially that if we are fond of posting updates about the happenings in our lives.
Happy birthday. I was 62 today, so malalaban.
The clue, like for example, the clue na, it's my birthday today, wala na ako sa kalendaryo, it's my first year of being out of the calendar. So, those people with creative quote unquote, would figure it out na, okay, wala na sa kalendaryo. So, does it mean he or she is 32? Kasi wala na daw sa kalendaryo.
Yeah.
So, yung mga ganon. So, don't give those kind of information. Of course, your hometown, even your hometown, you don't give it online because your hometown is actually part of that sensitive data which can be found on your passport. So, those very sensitive data, you should not share it.
Flunk na yata ko, nandun lahat yun sa Facebook. Oh my goodness, kakatakot. Okay, yeah.
And of course, when you add friends, when you accept friends over the social media, you should be mindful. Ano ba yung degree ng circle ko na to? Ito ba directly na naka-interact ko? Ito ba ay wala pa akong interaction, but since he or she is a common connection, will I accept her?
Siguro that's what I do. Sometimes pag hindi ko sometimes I'm not very good at names, no. Pag hindi ko kilala, I will take a look at sino ba ang mga common friends at talaga bang kilala ito ng mga common friends. So I even call up my friends. I say, do you know this person? I'm super. We have to be super careful kasi.
Yes,
diba?
We have to be careful with that. Kaya nga yung iba ginagawa po, they maintain 2 accounts, no? One account is that sila pa din yun, but it's for the Facebook friends with whom they were able to interact with sa convention or biglang naging kakilala.
Yung talagang directly kilala.
Yes, but you have a separate Facebook account which is reserved for your family and friends only. So it would be safe for you to post
to put all those
updates
things.
if you're fond of updates. So you do not broadcast your
to the world.
Life events to the world. Especially like, I understand there are so many young people who are really passionate in posting their life events.
Every second, every nanosecond.
Yes.
I don't understand. Some people even they go into the detail of their heartbreak in social media.
Yes, every minute you would be able to track them, and you would even know where they are, which is something that
very
threatens
unsafe.
your security.
Yeah.
So if you're, I advise the young people there, and of course all the digital citizens, that if you're really that passionate, maybe you should consider having that account which is only reserved to your
So have a family and friends account, and then another one
which is for your
that's a good idea. Yeah.
For others.
Ako may personal experience dito when my child was very young, Gabriel. So the lesson here is never share your password. Kasi my son was he was I think only grade 4. Bata pa, he was chubby pa, no? And now he's already working, he's a strategist already. When he was very young, I mean, he almost got expelled from school because there was a social media post in his account in Facebook that said, I would like to kill this teacher. Okay. And what happened was apparently he shared his, they're good friends, they share everything, they make kwento, everything. He shared his passbook, his Facebook password with around 7 people, 7 different people. And one of them got jealous kasi they had to, an MC had to be appointed for a science expo. and the other one wanted to be appointed. Ang napili yung anak ko, si Gabby. So that person, to get back at Gabby, hacked into his account. Well, not really hacked because he knew the password. Used the password and posted like, I want to kill this teacher.
Yeah.
And of course, that got to the school. And I got called in, and my whole world turned around because I was thinking, oh my God, is my son going to be expelled for something that I was certain he did not do?
Yeah.
But anyway, mahabang drama yon, but in the end, never, ever, ever share your password,
Yes.
even with your closest friend. Because talagang super best friend niya to. They were only one of 5 na palaging they were always in the house, eating out together and everything. And biglang, ayan, betrayal. So, be very, very careful about that.
Yes, and in addition with that, meron na po tayong tinatawag ngayon na multi-factor authentication. So
I get so inis with that. Kakainis.
yeah,
oh.
but it's actually an additional layer, security layer, to really make sure that it is you who is actually trying to access your
Nakakainis lang ang
account.
tagal. But yes, I understand.
Yeah.
That's very important. So, you suggest to the high school students that for all their accounts, it should be multi-layer. GCash na, pwede ng multi-layer, di ba?
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
pwede ng multi-layer. So, medyo nakakainis because they're gonna tell you, we'll send you a password or something, but it's for your safety, di ba?
Yeah.
So, better safe and sure, di ba? Rather than quick and not, right? Okay.
And another thing, no, siguro one realization, siguro maraming maraming guilty rito, even ourselves, no, even I myself during my time. You know what, the biggest deception in social media is that from the time that we created our accounts, I remember I was grade 6 then. There was no Facebook yet, I think, at that time. I think it was still Friendster.
Okay.
But the biggest deception or the biggest lie that we've been so like unaware of is that we created our email accounts, but we made it appear to the provider that we are already 18 and above.
Okay.
So,
mali yun, ha? Mali yun. Mali.
yes.
Kayong mga high schoolers, huwag niyong gagawin yun. Very bad, very bad.
So that's why I was really like wondering and contemplating up until now that the social media could have been good, but the 18-year-old and above should have been maintained. So it's really like it's a big deception that we have high schoolers using Facebook. That's why we're having this kind of problems now.
But also because it's, especially in the pandemic, it was used for schooling.
Yes,
Diba?
yes.
So as you're right, it's a two-edged sword. It
Yes.
can be very good, but it has, it can be very good. It can help you cut things that you need to cut and everything. But on the other hand, it can be lethal. It can even be
Yes,
fatal.
maybe for that, what could have been done is that, okay, you allow these people to use the platform, but if you're not 18, then your usage is not your usage could have been limited to a certain degree.
Okay. Pag-usapan naman natin ang freedom of expression. Kasi dito sa social media, akala ng lahat ng tao, social media ko naman to eh. So I can say, kahit ano, pwede ko sabihin. Kahit na frankly, excuse the terminology, kahit nang babastos ka na ng iba, space ko to. So masasabi ko ang kahit anong gusto ko kasi space ko to. So kailan ang freedom of expression ba talagang is that wide? Wala bang limitasyon ang freedom of expression? And if that's so, paano naman natin magagarantiya ang reputasyon, ang well-being ng ibang tao kung ganun yon?
You know what, Miss Anna? With that, no, I really remembered something, no. Yung this is my space, this is my wall, I call the shots. Sadly, I even read it from a post from a priest whom I know.
Oh no.
That this is
What
my
happened?
wall.
Oh no.
Like for example, like he can tell you that if you're not amenable or if you do not agree with what I post online, then feel free to unfriend me. This is my wall. This is my space. I will tell what I want. But have we ever realized that the space we're occupying in Facebook is not actually our space? In the first place, we didn't even pay for it, for us to call that our space.
Our space. Okay. It's a
So
cloud,
it's
okay.
like being leased to us in exchange of something. Of course, Facebook will not sell something or make its resource available if there is nothing in exchange.
Okay.
So that is, I think, one thing that we have to remember. Facebook, our Facebook wall, our Twitter pages, our Instagram, it's not our space. That is why...
So you cannot call it your space.
Yes, you cannot claim it. And that's why, since it's not our space, therefore, we need to be mindful that, of course, whatever we post there, we have to be responsible. No? We have to be responsible. We have to be truthful with our claims. Freedom of expression is not something that is absolute. Freedom of expression is not something that we can claim just because we are passionate of something to the point that we tell things which are not true over the social media. Because Intermirifica would again tell us that these means of communication, these means of technology, have the capacity to influence in one way or another.
In a very big way.
Yes, and it will never be beneficial if we are going to influence other people with wrong information. So, freedom of expression...
Or even damaging information.
Yes, libelous, even libelous information.
Yes.
Propaganda information. So, freedom of expression, it's not a license even for us to do whatever we want in social media.
Yeah.
Having this freedom, it's even a responsibility.
A responsibility to use it well.
Yes, it's being pressed on our shoulders because at the end of it, we will be accountable in the end. Maybe not in this world, but in the world to come.
You know, okay, you know your point about freedom of expression. Meron ako naalala. Actually, natuto ko to sa anak ko. Ang pangalan niya ay si Manuel. He is 26 years old now. Sinabi niya ito sa akin, I think a year or two ago. He said, your freedom of expression ends when the safety and freedom of another person begins. I think kailangan natin alaalhanin yun because tama nga yung sinabi ni James, hindi naman natin space yun eh. Space yun actually ng komunidad, hindi lang iyo. It's a community space. Kaya nga Facebook, nakikipaghalubilo ka sa buong mundo. Literally, kilala mo, hindi, nakikipaghalubilo ka doon. It's a social space. And because it's a social space, it's not a personal space, it's a space for the entire community. So katulad rin na in real life, meron tayong civic liberties. We are guaranteed civic liberties. But those liberties end when you start, yung mga liberty na yon, humihinto pag nakakasagabal na sa liberties naman ng iba, especially kung nakakaharm na tayo ng ibang tao, 'di ba? So we have to be mindful of that. We have to think of that kasi it's not our space. Please remember, it's a community space. And when nakatira ka sa isang komunidad, kailangan mong pag-isipan rin ang kabutihan ng iba, hindi lang ng iyo, 'di ba? Katulad naman ng totoong buhay yan, it's just virtual. So the same rules apply, 'di ba? Now, another thing, ang daming lumalaganap ngayon na fake news. In fact, yung mga tao ngayon, if they want to Google somebody, diretso na sila sa Wikipedia, which naman is not really, hindi naman yun Wikipedia, compilation lang yun, hindi naman necessarily curated yon kung tama or mali, di ba? So, paano malalaman kung ang balita ay fake or totoo? Pakibigyan lang ng konting tips, James, ang mga nakikinig dito. Kung gusto kong ma-verify, paano ko ba i-verify kung tama or mali ang nakasulat?
Yeah, with that, no, tama po kayo, no, fake news is very rampant nowadays.
Sobra.
And siguro yung aming generation, yung inyo pong generation na nakaabot pa sa age ng mga encyclopedias, no, napakagandang po kasi napakagandang grounding, especially that like for myself, I was fond of scanning, not really reading, but scanning our encyclopedias.
Oh,
and
noon, wala naman kaming choice. Encyclopedia talaga yun.
Yes.
Binababa mo, ang laki-laki, ang bigat-bigat, rini-research mo isa-isa yon.
Yes, from volume 1 to volume 20. So,
yung Colliers.
at least yung ating generation would have this resort, no, to really look for the references. But to the young people right now who are now versed or who are now used to browse the internet for references, siguro ang unang tip dyan is, number one, you should really know what you are searching for. Of course, ang daming sketchy sites. I would call them sketchy sites. which imitate the legitimate sites.
How would you know if it's sketchy or legitimate?
Number one, it's sketchy if the URL or the website name is not consistent with the very site you're searching for.
What does it mean in layman's terms?
Hindi
Example.
parehas. No?
Hindi parehas ang
Like for
URL.
example, ang sinesearch mo halimbawa ay example PPCRV, no? PPCRV website. PPCRV dahil nakuha na yung URL natin ng PPCRV by our office, merong nagpakilala PPCRV-1. So that's already a red flag. No? Why would you put -1? Why would not just like PPCRV alone? If you're searching for a news site, why is this news site why is this URL very long? Ito naman talaga yung pangalan niya. So, why not this one? So, if it's not consistent with the identity of what you're searching for, then it's already a red flag.
Red flag na yun.
Yes.
Okay.
Number
alright.
2, marami na tayong security tools or add-ons na nakalagay sa ating mga browsers. And usually, secured sites will come with HTTPS
Okay.
or with an SSL certificate.
Okay.
So, madali na ngayon ma-detect ng mga browsers kung yung website ba ay unsafe to browse.
So kung walang, but we don't have to do anything
Yes.
there, no? Kasi yung website, yung browser mismo,
Ang
ang
magsasabi.
naglilinis na.
Yes.
And then, di ba sinasabi naman nila, this is not a safe site, do you want to push through?
Yes.
So pag nangyari yon,
So,
stop ka na.
Stop ka na.
Okay,
Don't
okay.
try to
Meron na siyang
enter.
nakitang fishy. Oo.
Yes. Tsaka, usually, yung mga sketchy na mga sites would have a lot of pop-ups telling you you're entitled with the raffle ticket.
Naku, nangyari sa akin kahapon yan. Nasabi na I was entitled to win an iPhone. And nanalo ako ng iPhone. So, naengganyo ako. And now, I realized after, I think na-scam yata ako. Na-scam ako ng $2.
So, yeah, that's one, no? Yung mga pop-ups, never click on them. And advertisements, no? If the advertisement is something that you're not familiar, and it tells you na you won a raffle, you won this, they're inviting you to draw a ticket. So, lahat ng offers na yon, if you are not aware of any raffle that you've joined, so don't ever click it. Why? The outcome might be because you click their site, they're now automatically enabled to view what's on your end. And they might even get your information,
Wow!
your passwords,
Wow.
no, your credit card
my God.
information. So, better be careful with those enticing clickable
Naku,
pop-up
naloko
ads.
yata ko ng iPhone 4 raffle kahapon. So, I better cancel that credit card, no?
So, kailangang i-review. And nabanggit niyo yung credit card. Siguro a good practice is that you only have a single credit card for internet transactions. So, you don't put all of your card information online if you're having multiple cards. Even mas lalo po yung inyong mga debit cards. So, you never put them online.
Marami ata kong ginagawang mali. And I thought I was a responsible netizen. Hindi, flunk pala ako, flunk. So, buti na lang na kinakausap natin dito si James, who's really an expert in the field because that's his area of business. So, listen to everything he's saying, especially ngayon, mga bata pa kayo, so that you can make sure that you're safe, no? Now, how pa kaya can we ensure safety in social media? Yung mga friendships dyan, maraming nagjo-join ng mga dating app at kung ano-ano. Paano mo malalaman na yung picture doon, yun talaga yung tao?
Well, number one, it's very tempting. It's really tempting. A lot of our youngsters who are passionate of connecting with other people tends to fall in these traps. No? There are a lot of posers. No? Siguro sa Facebook, number one, ang maganda dyan, yung may verified icon. And
What do you mean verified icon?
it's the blue check mark.
Saan mo
Sa
makikita
Facebook,
yun?
sa tabi ng pangalan.
O i-check nyo. So kung walang blue checkmark sa tabi ng pangalan, anong ibig sabihin nun?
Of course, it might be a poster account. But of course, you have to check pa din if there is a consistency of posts. Kasi
I-check mo yung history.
Yes, i-check mo yung history.
Okay.
So, yeah, ang daming pwedeng indicators which might not be the same for any others. Kasi like another thing, you would see the common connection. So if this person is really the real person, then
Marami siyang siguro mga common friends
yes,
among
your
friends.
expected mutual connections would appear there.
Question, yung verified check mark, that's for corporate accounts, not for personal accounts.
It's available for personal accounts already.
So ako, kung meron akong Facebook, dapat may check ako sa...
Yes.
Kung walang check, hindi ako verified.
But I guess you have to pay. I think you have to pay for it. It's a subscription basis by Facebook.
Wala akong check eh. So, hindi ako verified. So, huwag kayong makipag-friend sa akin. Wala akong check, okay? Hindi ako nagbayad.
Ako din wala.
Hala,
Yeah, ako din
paano
wala.
yan?
Pero, of course, personally, I'd find it, I'd find it expensive. But I know, and being mindful of the necessary measures that I have to put up in my accounts. So people would see that I'm really the one who is using that Facebook account.
You know, another thing, I think something else, our last few minutes, I would like to devote towards real life and social media life. You know, may kausap ako na psychologist, no? Because for wellness, we were coming up with an article. I was in charge of writing an article. And I had to consult. Nagkonsulta ako ng isang child psychologist. Ang sabi ng child psychologist, maraming kabataan ngayon, sobrang nape-pressure sa social media. Kasi nakikita nila yung buhay ng mga kaibigan nila. Parang ang ganda ng mga pictures na nakapost, nagpa-party, ang daming kaibigan, ang daming mga activities na magaganda. Ang sabi ng psychologist nito na parang meron tayong theory in economics ang tinatawag doon, keeping up with the Joneses. Pag makita mo, maganda yun sa kaibigan mo, feeling mo, kailangan ganun ka rin. Kung meron siyang kunwari magandang bag na Louis Vuitton or Gucci or Ferragamo, feeling mo dapat meron kang ganito rin. Pero ang sabi ng psychologist na hindi naman natin alam na yun pinapost ng mga tao, yun yung best picture. Yun best picture, hindi ganun talaga ang buhay. Kasi hindi naman palagi best ang buhay. Hindi ka palaging maganda na palaging made up, na palaging, beautiful. Diba? Hindi naman ganyan lahat. People are putting their best foot forward in social media. So, huwag kayong magpa-stress na, kailangan ko rin ng ganyan kasi siya ganyan. Kasi best foot forward yon, but that's not real life. In fact, ang sabi ng psychologist na ito, ang real life, hindi linilive sa social media.
Yes.
Hindi linilive on a cloud. Ang social life ay ito, nandito si James, nahihipo ko, na it's tactile, nafe-feel mo, nakakausap mo, nafe-face-to-face mo. So bakit magva-virtual relationship kung pwede naman totoong relationship?
Yes.
Bakit mo ite-text ang marry me kung pwede mong tanungin in person, marry me?
Yes.
Diba? So, live your life. Diba? Yun ang pinakasabi ng child psychologist. Live your life. Living life is not writing it down and sending it through a click.
Yes.
Living your life is not clickable. Living your life is touching someone, feeling someone, smelling someone, loving someone in real life. So, as we end, I would like to thank James and ask James, do you have any last-minute reminders or tips for our high school students, James? Si James mukhang high school lang, pero hindi talagang expert ito ha.
With my last few words, no, as we end this this episode, I would just gusto kong manggaling doon sa sinabi nyo kanina, and that's what actually Pope Francis is pointing and reminding all of us, the authentic and genuine encounter. So let us put this premium on the authenticity, on the genuine encounter, rather than the connections we have virtual. Totoo yun eh. I can say 70% of social media accounts, they're all fronts. Of course, 'di ba? Kahit naman sino ba naman magpo-front ng hindi maganda. And kaya ang isang safeguard din sana natin is let's always go back to our values. The parents out there, especially the new generation parents, I know during our time we have no Facebook and we were not that entitled with such. It's not that I'm saying na i-apply din natin sa kanila, pero let's keep it at that simple. Let's start from the ground, no? And grow that connection in time. Kasi lahat naman po yan may oras. And if we understand that, our disposition gets firmed up even whenever we use social media.
That's very good, James. So, thank you, James. And thank you to all of you for listening. But remember, please, that social media is a gift. But like any gift, it can be used in many ways. You can use it the good way, the way we should. That is respectful, that is diligently, that is pamamaraang mapanuri at magalang. Pero ang ano man naman, na kahit ano naman may dark side, pwedeng gamitin para sa hindi ka nais-nais na mga layunin. So, bago ka mag-social media, ask yourself, paano ko ba to gagamitin? Meron ba akong mahahamak? Meron ba akong nasisiraan? Meron ba akong maloloko? Or ako ba maloloko? Think about all of these because maraming magaling na applications ang social media. Kung wala ang social media during COVID, hindi tayo nakapag-usap, hindi tayo nakapagkita, hindi tayo makapag-aral. But on the other side, marami rin hamak. So ikaw ba ay nasa bright side, the right side, or nasa dark side, or sa mali? Dapat humanay tayo sa tama kasi God-given naman ang social media. God-given dapat ang kanyang purpose. At paano tayo magiging huwarang Pinoy at huwarang netizen kung hindi natin isipin na ang pinagmumulan ay God-given. So, for James, thank you so much for joining us. To all our high school students, be careful out there in social media. Use it wisely, use it well. And as James said, it's a God-given gift. Keep it that way. Keep it as a gift. Thank you.
Sa pagpili ng liderato, laging tatandaan, dapat nasa kanya lahat ng katangian na maka-Pilipinas, maka-Pilipinas, na maka-Pilipinas. Iboto ang maka-Pilipinas, na maka-Pilipinas. Yeah, malinaw ang pananaw sa makabagong bukas, makatwiran at patas pakisama. At higit sa lahat, maka-Diyos siya dapat. Sa pagpili ng liderato, laging tatandaan, dapat nasa kanya lahat ng katangian ng maka-Pilipinas, maka-Pilipinas, maka-Pilipinas. Iboto ang maka-Pilipinas.